What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Friday. I start off every video with a disclaimer. This one is no different. If you see any scam ads on this, please do not participate in those. Well, I do believe that we've got some interesting things here that have been occurring over the past week as far as price action is concerned with XRP. I also wanted to get into some of the token picks that I had put on Patreon on Monday. I am not going to do this as a standard on these videos here. I spent quite a bit of time last weekend researching some of these, and I wanted to give an update from Monday to Friday as far as some of the price valuations and the differences that have occurred over the past 5 days. Again, not financial advice. It took me a lot of time to compile that. I plan on doing another one potentially for this Sunday is what I'm hoping. But yeah, I'm going to hop into this regardless. So, okay, right now we can see that XRP is sitting right at about 32 cents. And what's interesting about this, if you're not aware, we have not closed on the weekly above 30 cents since July of 2019. Even these pumps that we had, back in August of this year, later in August of this year, I don't think that we ever closed on the weekly above, I think it was probably like 30 cents. What we want to see is obviously the weekly candle close above 31 cents range here and confirm it as support. And, you can look in the past here, we're getting back into hopefully price levels that we were in, around 2019, which takes you anywhere from, 35 cents up to, 60 cents up to potentially, closer to $1. And, you need to confirm these prior resistance levels that we've been facing as resistance for, close to a year now as support. That's just the way it goes. I don't need to be a technical analyst to understand that you've got to confirm prior resistance as support for this bull run to potentially take off. So I'll be interested to see how the week closes. And I hope it closes well, and we will go from there. All we can do is wait, right? Because we know it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when in this space. Real quick, I wanted to touch base on Sologenic. They launched SoloNex. I actually don't even really participate in the Sologenic ecosystem too much, but it does have to do with the XRP ledger. This is a tokenization brokerage solution on the XRPL, so that is interesting. If you want to look into Sologenic, you can definitely do so and go from there. But yeah, Sologenic, a market ecosystem built on top of the XRP ledger today, has announced SoloNex. The solution is designed to benefit banks, brokerage houses, investment firms, and exchanges globally to provide new services or improve the existing services using blockchain technology. I do real quick want to touch base on Spark and the Flare network. We obviously know that the token allocation is fast approaching. Second week of December. So I'll be posting more about that as we get closer. Real quick, if you do want to look into Data 443, they're a very interesting animal here. We know that they run a Classy Docs version for GDPR compliance for blockchain, which provides active implementation of Ripple XRP that protects blockchain transactions from inadvertent disclosure and data leaks. This GDPR framework is very interesting. There's got to be more here. I'm sure there's more here. They've got multiple products on Data 443's website, and they are tied in with some interesting associations and partnerships. Information System Security Association, Spark Institute Privacy Committee. Technology partners are Microsoft. You can go down the list here. Ripple, obviously, you see that. Hewlett-Packard. But yeah, at some point, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into Data 443. I just have not had the time. But all right, now moving on. European Central Bank. This was yesterday that I saw this. Put out a new document on central bank digital currencies in an open economy. It's talking about the different frameworks for a CBDC to operate within. You can read through this. I am certainly not going to read the whole thing. It's multiple pages here. But I saw a very interesting tweet from Crypto Eddie today, and I'm going to let her do this because I don't know I think she may have been the one that found that, but it has to do with CBDCs, central bank digital currencies operating on the XRP ledger, which was something that we have been suspecting for a while. But yeah, Crypto Eddie, which I'm sure she will do a breakdown of this. And yeah, I'm not going to steal that thunder though, but that's an awesome find by her. All right, moving back though, we can see that, you know, these central bank digital currency policymaker toolkits, you know, this was from the World Economic Forum this year, directly mentioning XRP for most relevant projects for interoperation with a wholesale central bank digital currency. So they're talking about legacy market infrastructure here, which the example given is Swift GPI, which isn't really even legacy. I mean, Swift's legacy. GPI is a new initiative through Swift, which essentially is basically Ripple's X current product, which is all now rolled into ODL. Not necessarily saying that they have to utilize XRP, but they can. So GPI is mentioned for most relevant under wholesale CBDC for legacy innovations. And again, it's not really legacy, but it's Swift's GPI. Crypto assets designed for inter or intra-bank payments and settlements. And the examples given are JPM coin and XRP. So very interesting. Utility settlement coin also is collaboratively developed DLT-driven interbank payment systems. So these are referenced as most relevant under wholesale. We can see here as well, this is group of 30, the G30. We know how powerful that organization is from a business standpoint. G20 is governments, G30 is businesses. This is XRP as well, mentioning XRP again, leapfrogging slow and expensive correspondent banking. By utilizing Ripple, a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network whose digital currency XRP leapfrogs slow and expensive correspondent banking. We can see again from this year, this is the Central Bank of France, directly saying that a CBDC may be integrated into a crypto asset circulating on another blockchain, which is possible on Ethereum and Ripple. What digital asset or crypto asset do you think they're talking about a CBDC integrating with on Ripple's blockchain, which is the XRPL? Obviously, it would be XRP, the native digital currency. So this rhetoric is all playing out perfectly, in my opinion. I did see an interesting tweet from the Bearable Bull today. I know many of you guys follow him. Many of you guys follow him. God, I can't talk. 2017 was a test pump. I actually kind of believe that. We do know that markets run in bull and bear cycles. Nothing can go up straight forever. There does need to be consolidation, et cetera, across the board. But I believe very much so that the legacy institutions saw that the writing was on the wall with 2017. They did not want that to take off and go off the rails before they had more control than they already had with it. And I think that, you know, you see like Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, basically stating that he would fire anybody buying Bitcoin in 2017. Meanwhile, now they have their own coin. All this other stuff across the board. We see that these central banks are flipping from the risk-based assessment of digital assets into the utility-based assessment of cryptocurrency and central bank digital currencies. So this has all been planned, I'm sure, and I'm sure we're going to see the rhetoric shift even further so, because once the accumulation has occurred, they're going to market this thing to the mass populace like it's the best thing since sliced bread. But you and I are already here. We know what's coming. We know what's been coming. If you're new to this space, now you do know what's coming. This is across the board, ladies and gentlemen. So I saw this yesterday. Japan's banking giant MUFG plans launch of blockchain payment network in 2021. This is Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, one of the largest banking institutions in Japan. This is Akami. I looked. I don't see any digital assets that directly are integrated in this. I'm sure that there's some sort of network that these operate on. But MUFG and Akami. Now, for reference, though, if you didn't know, MUFG is also involved in Comgo. MUFG and Banco Bradesco have also developed solutions based on RippleNet as well. And I believe that MUFG is tied in with SBI Japan. Now, moving on here, because I'm going to do a rapid fire here for the end of this. I'm going to talk about the assets that I posted on Monday as well, which, again, I'm not going to normally do here. I do plan on doing weekly assets. They're all high risk. A lot of them are low caps. XRP dependent payment company gets funding to expand remittances across Africa. Now, this is Zago. This is a remittance company situated in South Africa, created with the main aim of sidestepping traditional payment rails and card processors, has announced it will be expanding its payment services across the continent. This was revealed in a statement by the company indicating that it had received an investment fund to develop its operations. Now, if you are not aware, Zago right here, you can visit their website. Very much so, tied in with XRP as well. For business partners, for individual clients. Now we do know, and we can see XRP listed right here with the ZAR/XRP cryptocurrency pair on the XRP ledger with an average of 3.8 seconds. Africa has got some other tie-ins with Ripple as well. We do know that Flutterwave, if you were not aware, partners with Alipay, partners with Visa in the past year to open up China payment rails into Africa. Visa, I believe, to I can't remember if it was China or maybe it was North America, but Flutterwave has a core. Flutterwave built their core infrastructure based on RippleNet, essentially. So I am interested to see where that goes as well. Now, again, extremely interesting. This is Stephen Buldiep. He always posts fantastic news. Found this. This is, we painted the crypto industry with a broad brush that now it looks like anything related to a token is a security. From a security law perspective, I don't think that's accurate. And this is Hester Pierce, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission commissioner, and she talks about that later on in this video, I believe. Let me see if I can pinpoint where she says that.
So I think we have to talk a little bit more precisely. If you're raising money for a company, sure, that's a security. But if you're just selling something to be used in a functioning network, doesn't look like a security to me.
So very interesting, and she does use that verbiage, paint with a broader brush. Now, if you remember, if you've been here, this was back in 2019. Ripple put out a statement to Congress basically saying, please don't paint us with a broad brush. So I always find interesting connections here, or try to, in the words that people use. So we will see where this goes. Fame 21 more, before I get into the token picks that I posted Monday, and I'm just going to give an update on them. Again, these are all very high risk. Most of them are very low caps. There's a couple that aren't. There's a couple that are in the top 100. But he's just pointing out this zero utility token. And by the way, if you don't follow XRP Darren, I'm sure 99.9% of you do. At Fame 21 more on Twitter. His YouTube is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, but he posted this. This, I think, coin is called Zero Utility Token. He sent this to me, and I thought it was pretty funny. It's up 200% the past 24 hours. So, you know, I have been saying this for a while. At some point, utility is going to usurp speculation from a price valuation standpoint in this space, and it will happen. But there will always be speculative valuations as well. We can see it across the board here. Now, my utility bags are packed in this space. I am going to continue to present research on here that I find, on Patreon that I find, as far as utility-based assets. But I'm also going to delve a little bit deeper into some of the speculative assets that I think may do well in the short term. These would be very short-term holds for me if I personally was to invest in them. I'm trying to find interesting projects that have that in my opinion may have the ability to go up in price in the short term. And maybe, you know, I would love to be, you know, like in one of these assets that I find that I'm going to present here in a second, that I presented at Patreon Monday, maybe in one of these where, like, I just don't have to look at it, because the amount that I've invested in it, I could really care less about. Like, almost like anything in this space, anything I invest, I understand it could 100% go to zero. But, you know, I don't trade out of my utility-based bags that I've invested in for me personally. But if I want to throw, even if it's like 10 or 50 or $100 into something, I'll do that based on something that I may see. All right, now I want to get into this real quick. These, and I'm not going to do this on a weekly basis because I did this on Patreon. On Monday, I posted these. This is Crust. You can do your own digging into that. And I'm just going to do a rapid shoot through of all these right here. Crust on Monday, $4.04. We can see right now $3.73. So down as of the time that I posted it, right? Barnbridge on Monday was $21.20. $28.69 now. Luxo, and they have some interesting partners as well. Monday, 76 cents. Right now, 79 cents. So not too crazy, right? Origin Protocol, I think, is probably down. Origin on Monday, 17 cents. 14 cents now. So again, these are all super high risk. Kusama, I would say, would be not on my super high risk ranking or high risk as far as ranking is concerned. They are tied into the Polkadot network, very much so tied into some other interesting projects as well. And they're basically I don't want to say the test net, because from what I've read, development-wise, they're a little bit further ahead from Polkadot. But essentially, for DevOps and everybody else that wants to try out new things before they roll them out onto Polkadot, Kusama is a network that they utilize. I initially was a little bit worried that it was almost like Ethereum Classic in comparison to Ethereum, where we heard that Ethereum Classic was a testnet. But I think Kusama is very interesting to me, and I think that there's some other utility there. I posted about them Monday, and $36 Monday, $37.89 now. Some of these are a little bit better. $1.15 for Bella on Monday. $1.37. Alpha Finance Labs is another interesting one to me. Monday, where were we at here? 14 cents, 14.7. So we're still right about the same place right now. Smart Credit looks to be up a little bit. Posted about this one. $2.21. Now we're at $2.83. OctoFI, I posted about as well. I said this is definitely high risk, but it was at $23 on Monday. Now it's at $37. Two last ones. Frontier right here. Monday, 23 cents. 27 cents, so nothing to write home about, right? But still decent. And then Keeper, which, if you're not aware, so this is $134 on Monday. Now we're sitting at 206, right? Keeper is essentially the lead developer of Yearn Finance. We all know what Yearn Finance did. 200,000 circulating supply. So, there are opportunities out here in the short term, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to continue to try to find them. If I find them, I will certainly present them on Patreon, as I have been doing. I'm actually, I think, out of spots on Patreon, so I'll add a couple more. I'm not going to add, 50 more, but I'll add a couple more. And yeah, I mean, everything's high risk in this space. If I was to invest into a digital asset that was high risk, super low market cap, and it pumped and there was enough liquidity for me to cash out some profit, you better believe I would be cashing out a little bit of profit. It depends on what relationships that project has, if I think it's a long-term utility project, or if I'm just in there because I see that there may be a pump coming up in the short term. Again, you could see that a couple of those have been a little bit down from what I posted, and everything's risky in this space. I'm sure that there will be weeks where there's multiple ones that are down. But I'm going to try to vet out these projects and post them as I can. I am extremely interested to see what XRP does closing the weekly candle, and if we're going to be able to hold support right above 30 cents, because we know that we haven't done that since July of last year. And if we do that, and we maintain that over the next period of days and a couple weeks here, I think it looks pretty bullish in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, check out Crypto Eddie's YouTube channel. Subscribe to her on Twitter. I'm sure that she will be going through that document that she found, and we'll go from there. So hope you guys have a good weekend. If there's news tomorrow, I will certainly present it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So I will see you later.